Amari, what's going on, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to see you.
Yes, sir. Nice. I can take the mask off?
Yep, you can take your gator.
I'm the only person in the room.
You can take your gator down. So we're going to go straight into questions for safety, Amari Carter. First up, we have Christopher Stock from Inside the U. Stock, what's your question for Amari?
Yeah, Amari, just curious if you've been working at striker at all in practice just to give it a look or anything like that, and maybe just how would you assess what this competition has been like at safety?
Right. So right now I'm just mainly at safety. It's good. It's a good feeling to have three safeties in the back, and then the younger guys too, who are also on the way to being dependable people. They're just it's funny, but we're like all alike, and we have similarities, physical people. But it's fun, playing safety with Bubba and Gerv. We're starting to be able to work both sides, and it's a certain level of comfort that we've been getting to. That's been allowing us to play faster, know different parts of the defense. We're starting to learn things that don't even certainly directly involve us, but we're being able to understand what the front is doing, so that what may change like how we play our technique. So everything is a learning experience.
Awesome. Next up, we're going to go to David Hale from ESPN. David, do you have a question for Amari?
Hey, Amari, I'm just curious, when you have an off season like this one has been, do you get a sense that there is a lot more sort of chemistry rebuilding or chemistry building when you get back into camp and kind of get things going, or do you guys feel like you have largely picked up where you left off last year?
Yeah, so I think that that was a big thing. It's a very weird time, like being away from your teammates for such that long period that we were away from each other. But at the same time, I can speak for myself, because back at home, I'm training, I'm working out, all day, and we're having conversation with each other. If it's just us, or like when the NCAA started allowing like meeting times, and it was more like a roller coaster. Like when you get on a roller coaster, like it's ticking, going up. I feel like that's what it was for us. We're just excited, and we're really looking forward to being back with each other. To build that chemistry. So I guess in a way you could say it's like when you haven't seen someone for a long time, and then you see them, and you're just excited to get out on that field with each other, make plays, and talk different schemes and stuff like that. So I feel like it's a build up, especially for the safety room. I can speak for the safety room.
Awesome. Next up, we're going to go to Susan Miller-Degnan of the Miami Herald. Susan, what's your question for Amari?
Hey, Amari. I was wondering about the fan situation. They announced yesterday that 13,000 fans can come. I know that's not a lot. Does it make any kind of difference? How does it add to the atmosphere? Is it something you like, the idea of? That's
right,
a backup too. I had a follow-up.
All right. So yeah, football, it's one of those team sports where, having fans, there, it just adds to everything. So, us being able to have our fans there, that's a big thing for us. And, every single year, even, before everything that's been going on this year, we actually look forward to our fans being there. So, Hard Rock being able to allow, 13,000, even if it was, 2,000, it's still fans. It's people that want to be to the games. It's people, that, want to be there and cheer with us, because I suppose, as a fan, when you're at the stadium, you're not on the field, but you feel you have a sense of belonging to, the program. So, just fans being there, that's a big bonus for us, because being Miami, we love our fans, and that's what everyone is looking forward to, fans being there.
That's great. And then that's great. My follow-up is about Bubba Bolden. How is he doing? De'Aaron King mentioned that he's a tough one for De'Aaron back there.
Yeah, so Bubba's been doing a great job. Especially coming off the injury. and it's like he got back, like then like miss a beat. So like Bubba's been doing great this training camp, as along with Gervin and the other the young safeties that we have. Everyone is doing much better than what they were doing. Those couple of spring practices that we had, but Bubba, he gives different looks for De'Eric, and that's something that we talk about. Giving different looks and being able to show different disguises. Bubba he's a a lone guy, and he's fast, so he's flying over the field. So that's probably what De'Eric is talking about. But yes, Bubba's doing a great job.
Thank you.
Awesome. Next up, we're going to go to David Ferones of the Sun Sentinel. David, what do you have for Amari?
Hey, Amari, wanted to know if there's anything specific that you've really tried to pick up from Ed Reed.
Mm-hmm. So Ed Reed, he'll be here, and especially like before everything that happened, I'll be in the indoor practice facility, and he'll be like walking through, and I'll try to like pick his brain a little bit. But having a guy around, Ed Reed, I'm not going to call him a guy, but having Ed Reed around, just being able to like give us different things, or we watch his film. Coach Packey liked to play his special teams film because he was elite on special teams as well. It's just having him here is it's a big thing, especially as a safety. Growing up watching him play and stuff like that. So he's been able to talk us through different things, not just about football, but just life in general.
Awesome. Next up, we're going to go to Matt Shodell from Kane Sport. Matt, what do you have for Amari?
Oh, hey, Amari. So I also asked Gervin this, but if you can talk a little bit about the scrimmage you guys just had. It sounds like the defense did a lot better. What was the difference? Can you sort of maybe give some insight into why you guys seem to perform better?
Yeah, so, from a first look, I think we played better, as a unit. A lot of times, there'll be, a certain group that, does well, and then, another group, I'm not saying they'll do bad, but they'll do good. And, like some plays, go, different from, other plays. Some plays would be good for the offense, which is expected because we have a good offense. And that's what happens when a good offense goes against a good defense. But I feel like we played better as a unit, playing together, just understanding our calls and stuff like that, running to the ball and actually, like taking it to another level, just, challenging ourselves to not just play the game, but, see the game and, actually be where, our feet are, if that makes sense, if it answers your question.
Awesome. Amari, we have time for a few more. Next up, we have Tom D'Angelo from the Palm Beach Post. Tom, what's your question for Amari?
Hey, Amari. A couple, you mentioned working out over the summer. How much did it help having in getting to know your team and not being able to be with your teammates, but being with Gervin and someone you grew up with or someone you've known for a long time, playing the same position, all that? How much is all that help when you were just, able to be with one other, with fewer teammates? And secondly, where did you guys work out? How did you work out during the time when we were locked down?
Right. So I think, something that I was thinking about is, from an individual aspect, I can't be with the team right now. So how can I still make the team better, but being, away from the team? So I would, wake up, me and Gervin, we would train with each other. We'll wake up early morning, we're either, running the bridge in Riviera Beach. We're either running the bridge, running the beach, or we're, on the field somewhere, finding, some grass because the parks were closed at times. But, just finding areas, to work out, like I said, if it's running or, doing, football drills. And, it kind of just, goes back to life before college, life before high school football, just having, football wherever you can play football at. And you know, there's some other guys, you know, that go to other colleges and, you know, some NFL players that we train with, you know, small groups at a time. And, you know, just being able to, you know, pick different people's brains on, you know, what they're seeing and stuff like that. And then, you know, being able to add it to your technique, you know, from what we learned here at Miami. So that's something big that I was doing too, that both of us were doing.
Awesome. Next up, we're going to go to David Lake from Inside the U. David, go ahead.
Hey, Mari, wanted to ask you two questions. I guess first off, Gervin, you've obviously been around him a long time. You know him well. In what ways is he different going into this season than maybe last season? In your opinion, is he taking a jump this year? And then also just wanted your perspective from a safety standpoint. How does this offense kind of make things stressful for you guys offensively?
So as a football player, you know, as a person, you look to make improvement, you know, wherever you can make improvement. Gervin, I see him, you know, taking a step from, you know, something that he would do, you know, like, I wouldn't say wrong, but he'd be like, maybe like a second, you know, behind on understanding, you know, if someone is pulling, you know, like where you're going to fit or a look the quarterback is giving. And now you could tell it's a level of comfort that he's reaching and a level of confidence that he's reaching, you know, just because he's been, you know, working on his technique, working on, you know, understanding, you know, different stuff. The receivers give us good looks here. So I feel like he's getting more, you know, comfortable and confident in his technique and his just level of a player. His IQ has gone up. He's understanding, you know, just not, you know, his position. Like I said earlier, he's starting to understand, you know, what the striker is doing, so how he may have to adjust, you know, where he's going to end up at, or, you know, the front from the D-line, you know, what gap he's going to have to fit. He's taking that to another level. And then, I'm sorry, what was the second part of your question?
Just the offense, you know, how does it make things stressful for you guys, you know, from a safety's perspective?
Mm-hmm. Right. So with our offense, y'all know we have like different threats from the outside working in, and then we have Cam at running back. You know, we got Derek at quarterback, who is a good passer, who he can scramble and all of this kind of stuff. So we have a lot going on the offense. So as a defense, you have to get, I know it sounds crazy because I keep saying I'm comfortable, but you have to get comfortable being in different situations at one time. You know, you have to get comfortable at processing, okay, so I have this job, but if he does this, then I'm going to have to adjust this way. Or if Derek is giving me this look, I'm going to have to adjust to this. But at the same time, I'm going to have to know my job, know my role, you know, where I'm going to fit on the ball or the player. So they're giving us a lot of looks. It's speed all over the field, so we have to match that. And then just our old coordinator, he does a great job just, you know, with the play calling. We're seeing different type of play calling, you know, spreading the ball in different parts of the field. So I feel like all around, you know, we're getting better at football, playing defense, and understanding offense. That's another thing. Understanding offense is, you know, something that a good defensive player is going to have. And I feel like with our offense, that's what we're doing. We're starting to understand offense at the same time.
Awesome. Our last question is going to come from Chris Perkins of Sports Illustrated. Chris, go ahead for Amari.
Hey, Amari, I'm doing something on communication, pre-snap communication in the secondary. And you kind of talked about when De'Eric is giving you guys different looks, you have to know what you have to do and everything. When you're communicating with other players in the secondary, what are you telling them before the snaps? Are you telling them what keys to read? Are you alerting them to personnel groupings? Are you telling them, you know, pay attention to where this guy is lined up? What are you communicating with them pre-snap?
Right, so I could take you through the progression. So first things first, we're looking at a call. So all eyes on Coach Baker, Coach Bonda, you know, giving us a call. Then we're looking at personnel, which personnel is in the game, because that's going to change, you know, our alignment and our technique. Then we're from the personnel and technique, we're communicating with each other. right before that, we're communicating with the players right when we get it. And then we're doing personnel technique, and then splits with the offense, different form codes. So that all, it make us adjust. And we work well with that because we communicate from safety to corner, linebacker to front, safety to, linebackers. And it just all depends on, what the offense is giving us. And we have to be able to, get it quick and then, adjust in time before the snap, especially with our offense who moves at a fast pace.
Awesome. Amari, it was great to see you. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us after practice, and good luck the rest of the week.
All right. Great to see y'all too. Thank you.